Hello students, today we are here with our next lecture of breathing and exchange of gases, and we are discussing about the different types of respiration. We had discussed the tracheal respiration and the cutaneous respiration, and the third one is, this is the third one. Third one is bronchial respiration. This is bronchial respiration. In case of bronchial respiration, the respiratory organ is gills. So here the respiratory organs are gills. For example, in fishes, prawns, and in tadpoles. Tadpoles means the larva of frogs. We know that frog respire through skin, gills and lungs. In case of tadpole condition, the frog uses gills for the respiration because tadpole is swimming in the water. So here the bronchial respiration, in which the structure respiratory organs are gills. Now come to the different types of gills. First of all, we have to know about the different types of gills, and after that the structure and gaseous exchange which takes place through the gills. So firstly we are discussing about different types of gills. First, on the basis of visibility. On the basis of visibility, the gills are basically of two types. So here two types of gills are present on the basis of visibility, that is external gills and internal gills. As the name indicates, the external gills are visible from outside. So these are visible. These are the visible structure. And internal gills are not visible as they are covered with the operculum. So these are not visible. In case of tadpole and bony fishes, external gills are present. So these are present in case of tadpole and bony fishes. The structure of external gills is, this is the tadpole, this is the tadpole, and here the external gills are present on the outer side of the body. So these are the external gills. Clear? This type of structure, external gills are present on the outside of the body. In case of fishes, bony fishes, this is the fish. This is the structure of fish, and here these lamellae-like structures are seen. These are the external gills. In case of cartilaginous fishes, the gills are internal and these gills are covered with operculum. Clear? So here the operculum is present. Operculum means a muscular flap-like structure which covers the gills. So here the operculum is present. That's why the gills are internal. So this is on the basis of visibility. Secondly, on the basis of attachment. Sorry. Second type of gills is on the basis of attachment, where the gills are attached. On the basis of attachment, basically the gills are of three types. that is podobranch, orthobranch and pleurobranch. First one is podobranch. These type of gills are attached to the appendages. So these are attached to appendages. Second type of gills are called as orthobranch, and these type of gills are attached to the orthopodial membrane. So these are found attached to orthopodial membrane. Third type of gills are called as pleurobranch. Pleurobranch. And these pleurobranch type of gills are attached on the lateral side. So these are attached on the lateral side. Clear? So these are the three types of gills on the basis of attachment. Third type of gills are on the basis of filaments. How many filaments, how many rows of filaments are present? So the third basis of classification is on the basis of filaments. Third one is on the basis of filaments. On the basis of filaments, mainly two types of gills are there, that is hemibranch and holobranch. First one is hemibranch. These type of gills are having only one row of gills. So only one row of gills. The hemi means half. So these are also called as half gills. These are half gills. The second type is holobranch. The word holo means whole or complete. So these are called as complete gills. These are the complete gills, and two rows of gills are present in these types. So two rows of gills are present. So these are the different types of gills on the basis of visibility, on the basis of attachment and on the basis of filaments. Now come to the structure of gills. The next one is structure of gills. So here is the structure of gills. Clear? The gills are two rows of gills are there. So these are the structure like this. This is the first row and this is the second row. Clear? Here is the blood vessels. These are the blood vessels. Nextly, this is called as blood vessel. So these are the blood vessels. These are the gills filaments. So these are gill filaments. Two gill filaments are there because this is a complete type of gill, that is two gill filaments are present. These are the gill filaments. Inside these gill filaments, some membranous structures are also present. These are very thin membranes, and these membranes are called as gill lamellae. These are the very thin membranes through which the gaseous exchange is going to take place. and these thin membranes are called as gill lamellae. Clear? These gill lamellae are this type of structure. This is the one lamellae, this one is the second lamellae, the third one is there, and between these gill lamellae blood vessels are present. Here the blood vessel is there. Clear? This is the blood vessel which takes oxygen towards the gill lamellae, and this oxygen will diffuses into the gills. Clear? And which will be sent to the different parts of the body. Here the water is continuously flowing, and inside the water oxygen is there. So oxygen with water. And because these are the aquatic organisms, and these organisms use the oxygen dissolved in water. That's why this is the continuous flow of oxygen or continuous flow of water over the gill lamellae. That's why the oxygen should be easily available for the gill lamellae, and this will be diffuses to the different parts of the body. So this is the structure of gills, and now we are going to compare the structure of gills and the structure which are present in the organisms which are terrestrial or aerial organisms. It means we are going to compare the process of diffusion between air and blood and between water and blood. Here the process which is going to take place is diffusion between water and blood. So what are the complexities present in this type of structure? Diffusion, the process of diffusion between water and blood. In this case, when the process of diffusion is going to take place between water and blood, here water is almost 800 times denser than air. That's why the process of diffusion is very slow, because as the medium is denser, the process of diffusion is slow. Clear? So here water is about 800 times denser than air. So as the medium is denser, the process of diffusion is slow. So diffusion is slow. This is the one very important thing, that is the medium is denser and the process of diffusion is very slow. Second one is the oxygen in water is so less in compared to the air. Clear? So here the water the oxygen which is dissolved in water, it is approximately 30 times less than air. So here oxygen dissolved in water is 30 times less than air. So very less amount of oxygen is available for the aquatic animals. And the next one is rate of diffusion. As the water is denser medium and oxygen is not available sufficiently there, that's why the rate of diffusion is approximately 2 lakhs times slower than the air. So here the rate of diffusion is very slow. Rate of diffusion is very slow. So to carry out the process of respiration, the aquatic organisms are facing these problems. That's why there are many adaptations present in the body of aquatic organisms to minimize these hassles. Clear? So here the adaptations which are present in the body of aquatic organisms, that is basically two adaptations are there. That one is continuous flow of water. The first one is continuous flow of water. These are the gill lamellies. Clear? These are gill lamellies and these are the blood vessels. Here the continuous water is flowing over the gill lamellies, so that the maximum absorption or the maximum diffusion of oxygen is going to take place. So the continuous flow of water should be there, so that the sufficient amount of oxygen is available for the gill lamellies. Second type of process is called as counter current mechanism. That is the adaptation, very important adaptation present in the body of aquatic organisms to carry out the process of respiration, having these type of problems with them. That's why the counter current mechanism is there, and about this counter current mechanism we will discuss in our next lecture. Clear? So continuously watch the videos. Thank you very much.